and Stevenson Square are characterised by large converted textile warehouses. They hint at Manchester's previous dominance, when the city controlled 80% of the world's cotton trade. UK production would peak between 1912 and 1914, with up to 8 billion linear yards of finished cotton production. The nearest rival was Japan with 56 million linear yards. Business declined after World War II, as production rose in countries closer to the raw material and with cheaper labour. The Royal Exchange closed in 1968, and there is no cotton industry in Greater Manchester today. The old warehouses in the city centre still provide strong bones for the city, and have now been converted into apartments, offices, bars and restaurants. Famous Northern Quarter shopping can be found in Affleck's Palace and Manchester Craft and Design Centre. There are numerous live music venues such as Band on the Wall, The Castle, Night and Day and Matt and Fred's. Stevenson Square was previously Manchester's Speaker's Corner start point of marches and parades. Those seeking democratic reform, such as Chartists, union members and suffragettes, would address crowds here. Today, colourful street art makes for a lively scene.
Magari sto io posta.
Manchester Arndale follows the curve of the road here on the left. The building commenced in 1972, and the area was a patchwork of mostly Victorian buildings, forming a 17th and 18th century layout of streets and alleys. This area has been rebuilt in the last couple of decades. On Saturday, June 15, 1996, the IRA detonated a powerful bomb in Corporation Street, causing devastating damage to the Arndale Centre and surrounding areas, but there were no fatalities. The bomb rebuild has won many awards, provided far more public space, and attracted big names in retail and food and drink. These days, Manchester Arndale is home to over 200 stylish stores, making it one of the largest inner-city shopping centres in the UK. Printworks entertainment venue is located on the site of the business premises of the 19th century newspaper proprietor Edward Holton, established in 1873. Current premises became the largest city centre newspaper printing house in Europe and housed a printing press until 1986. Visitors today will find an array of restaurants, bars, clubs, and even an IMAX cinema. The large building on the left over the tram line is the Corn Exchange, a fine Edwardian building mostly from 1903, now home to a wide variety of restaurants.
Our next stop is the National Football Museum.
Oh, that's where we aim.
The green glass building on the left, hosting the National Football Museum, is called Urbis and opened in June 2002 as a symbol of regeneration after the IRA's 1996 Manchester bombing. Since 2012, Urbis has been home to the National Football Museum, which, covering 4 floors, has the largest collection of football-related memorabilia in the UK and attracts over 500,000 visitors each year.
The original Victoria Station was designed by George Stephenson and completed by 1844, of which part still remains in the current structure. The 2012 new block of Chetham's School of Music is on the left. The school was established in 1969, incorporating Chetham's Hospital School, founded as a charity school by Humphrey Chetham in 1653. Events venue Manchester Arena, seen here, opened in 1995 and has the highest seating capacity of any indoor venue in the United Kingdom and the second largest in Europe, with a capacity of 21,000. The Bee Gees, 10cc, Joy Division, New Order, The Smiths, Simply Red, Stone Roses, Happy Mondays, Oasis, The Verve, Take That, and on and on. Greater Manchester has given rise to large numbers of musical performers. The Halle Orchestra, created in 1858 and named after the German inspiration and first conductor, Charles Halle, is one of the several orchestras in the city. The BBC Philharmonic and the Manchester Camerata are the other 2 main orchestras. The ancient sandstone walls of Chetham's rise up on the left. These are in many ways the most enchanting Manchester buildings and the oldest complete structures in the city. They began life as priests' quarters for the nearby church in 1421. In 1653, through his will, successful merchant Humphrey Chetham created a school for poor boys and a library, much of which can still be visited. Today, it is the School of Music. The library is the most precious space in the building and is now the oldest free public library in the English-speaking world. Manchester Cathedral is the seat of the Bishop of Manchester and the city's parish church. Parts of the cathedral date back to 1215. There has been a church on this site for around 1300 years. The cathedral was badly damaged during the Christmas Blitz of 1940, but fortunately, most of the woodwork survived. This forms some of the finest such art in the United Kingdom. The choir and nave ceiling are particularly magnificent. Once across the River Irwell, we are now in the city of Salford, Manchester's twin. It received city status in 1926. A sleepy place until the Industrial Revolution, it shared its neighbour's sudden rise in the early 19th century. It has its own cathedral, university, and was home to the port of Manchester, on the Manchester Ship Canal. With Media City UK, the city hosts perhaps the largest concentration of broadcast media in Europe. The old church here is Sacred Trinity and started life in 1644. The tower is original. The rest of the church was rebuilt in 1752. The church was founded 7 years before the outbreak of the English Civil Wars in 1642. The most moving monument within the church is to the 400 officers and men of the Salford battalions of the Lancashire Fusiliers who were killed on the 1st of July 1916. Not so far away from Sacred Trinity was the site of the Reverend William Cowherd's Bible Christian Church. In 1803, Bethlehem named preacher persuaded his congregation to give up meat and alcohol. This became the inspiration of the UK's Vegetarian Society, which was formed in 1847 and still resides in the region, at Altrincham in South Manchester.
Well, no, number is this.
90. What year it is? Oh, it says it right there as well. I didn't even quote that.
Oh my god,
The Cathedral Church of St. John the Evangelist is better known as Salford Cathedral. It was the Roman Catholic cathedral for the region and was designed by Matthew Hadfield and opened on the 9th of August 1848. On the 25th of July 1851, William Turner was consecrated first bishop of Salford. The cathedral's eastern window of 1856 depicts the history of Catholic Christianity in England.
After the traffic lights here, there is a view across the meander of the River Irwell, with the West Pennine Moors in the distance. The grassed area, the meadow, in the foreground was the home of the earliest known cricket clubs in the region. The pleasant green space on the right we're approaching features statues of Queen Victoria and Prince Albert, surrounded by notable buildings. The oldest of these is the elegant central structure, and was adapted from a former private mansion called Lark Hill. This is now Salford Museum and Art Gallery. The museum and art gallery, with its interesting collections, are free of charge and contain a recreation of a 19th century Salford street, Lark Hill Place. The fierce red building to the left of the museum and art gallery as we look at it was opened as the Royal Technical Institute in 1896 by Henry Lloyd. The institute